And then to hear that there wasn't going to be a baby was devastating. Hey guys, so you probably know already what this video is going to be about by the title of the video. A couple things before we get into it. If you hear any crying or toddler sounds, Jackson's here playing. Also, my dogs are here, so they might start barking. I'm trying to make it so there's not too many background noises. And Jackson doesn't always take a nap, so it's hard to schedule when I'm going to do videos around that. So, getting into it, there may be some crying in this video. It's a sad topic. I hopefully got all of my crying out before the video, but it's emotional. I'm emotional right now, and just forewarning, I probably will cry. So to start out, last August, I believe it was, I found out that I was pregnant again, and I was super excited. Matt and I have wanted to have another baby close to Jackson's age. We wanted to have two pretty close together, so it was just perfect. And I found out just by doing an at-home pregnancy test, and not long after I found out the pregnancy symptoms started, I was very sick. I couldn't keep anything down. I actually was in the hospital in the emergency room at one point because I was so dehydrated because I couldn't even keep a sip of water down. When I was about 6 weeks, but the morning sickness really didn't go away, and it was horrible. It was all throughout the day. I couldn't eat anything. I lost at least 10 pounds. And then all of a sudden, the morning sickness kind of started to ease, and it was right before we were about to go on like a little mini weekend vacation, so I was like, oh, thank God. God answered my prayers. He's helping me so I can actually enjoy this weekend getaway. So we went to our first actual baby appointment, and it had been, at that point I was just about 10 weeks. We knew that because when I was in the hospital, we got measured to see how far along I actually was, and we actually got to hear the heartbeat at that point. So we went to the first appointment, and everything was good, and we were going over, you know, what to expect for your pregnancy. And we got to the very last part. She checked me, and then we got to the very last part where we were going to hear the baby's heartbeat. That's when things started to kind of get a little bit, we started to get worried. So she was looking for the baby's heartbeat. She, meaning my OB, was looking for the baby's heartbeat. And she was just looking and looking, and it was taking a while, and she was, you know, like, you know, maybe the baby's just being stubborn, but just to be safe, I'm going to send you over to the hospital to have them do an ultrasound. So at that point, we're like freaked out, like, is there something wrong with the baby? So we go over to the hospital, which was just across the street. We actually walked over. Mind you, this whole time we had Jackson because we don't really have a babysitter for him. So everywhere we go, he goes. So we go over to the hospital. They drew some blood, and then they called back for an ultrasound, and they did just on the stomach ultrasound, and I could tell by the look on the ultrasound tech's face that it wasn't really good, but they can't say anything, so she didn't say anything. So we went back in the waiting room, and we waited, and this whole process took hours, guys. Jackson was hungry, we were tired, Matt had to get back to work. So they came out. We were thinking they were going to give us some type of results, and they said, no, you know, we want to get a better look. So we went back in for another ultrasound, which they did a intravaginal ultrasound at that point. And still the same look on the ultrasound tech's face. So at that point, we kind of knew, but we didn't hear the words yet. So it wasn't, it didn't really sink in yet. So we went in the waiting room, and we waited some more, and my doctor called me and said, so we have the results, but we want you to come back over here so we can talk to you about them. So we walked back over to the doctor's office and waited in the waiting room for a little bit longer. She called us back into a room, and she said that there was no heartbeat with the baby. And she said that there had never been a heartbeat with the baby for some reason, just sometimes these things happen. Which didn't make sense to me because I heard the heartbeat when I went to the hospital because I was dehydrated. The ultrasound tech said, oh, there's the heartbeat, and showed us, and we didn't really hear it, but we saw the flicker of the heartbeat. So hearing it, you know, I'm the kind of person that in front of people, I'll keep a very straight face and keep myself collected. And the doctor just kind of stood there and stared at me and waited for it to sink in and for me to break down. And I didn't until she left the room. She left the room and let us get kind of, she said, take as much time as you need. She left the room and wanted us to, oh, I'm skipping over a part. So she said because the baby's still measuring what it should be growing, she gave us our options. There was a pill that we could take to cause my body to miscarry. There was just, we could just wait for it to naturally happen, or we could have a DNC. And we pretty much knew we were gonna opt for the DNC, but we weren't positive yet. So she left the room. She told us to give her a call when we knew for sure. And so I sat there, and then as soon as the door closed, as soon as she walked out, I broke down. I lost it. This was something that I was so excited for and so happy about, and it's extra hard because I have infertility issues. So the fact that I just sporadically got pregnant on my own, and I did get pregnant on my own with Jackson, but it took 4 months of infertility treatments to even get my cycles to the point where I could get pregnant. So the fact that I just randomly got pregnant on my own was amazing, and we were so excited for it. And then to hear that there wasn't going to be a baby was devastating. So at that point, I broke down, and Matt was there for me. And on the way home, because we had told our whole family that we were pregnant and surprised them in different ways, we had to start calling people and telling them. I guess we didn't have to, but we didn't want people calling and saying, hey, how's the baby? Because that's just would have been too much. So I called my mom, and the phone rang, and she picked up, and she said hello, and I just remember saying hi, and then I couldn't talk. Sometimes you get to the point where you're crying, or when you're about to cry and you just have that big ball in your throat and you can't say anything. You can try, but no words come out. And that's where I was. I knew I was seconds from breaking down again, and I just looked at Matt and I said, can you tell her? And he told her, and she had made plans to come up after work to be there for me, because my mom's always been there for me through whatever I've been through. And I'm so lucky to have a mom that will drive an hour to see me if she knows I need it. My sister stayed with me because I have had problems with depression in the past, so everyone wanted to just keep an eye on me and make sure that I was okay. And for the most part, I was okay until I was alone and had time to think about it, and then I was not. So the next day, the doctor gave us a call, or I gave them a call, I can't remember which, and I said, we're gonna go forward with the DNC. We scheduled the DNC, and my sister and her boyfriend came and stayed with Jackson while we went to have the procedure done. If you've ever had a DNC done for that reason, because you miscarried and your body's not naturally letting the baby go, you know that it is just an emotionally exhausting thing to go through. And like I said before, I'm the type of person where I can just hold myself together in front of people, and people look at me and think, oh, she's really doing good, keeping it together, and she's really being strong, and you would never know that anything's wrong. I'm just really good at putting that I'm fine face on and acting like I'm fine, because I don't like to show emotion in front of people. So we went to have the D&C, and they gave me, it wasn't full anesthesia where they would have had to put a breathing tube in, but they gave me anesthesia, so I was out, and they did it. And I didn't cry until on the way home, and I just remember feeling empty. One of the biggest things that helped me get through this was him. I don't know how people that don't already have kids get through it. You don't have to yell though, you could just talk. Yeah. I don't know how people get through it when they don't have other kids. He helped me keep going. I didn't have a choice but to keep going. I still have a child to take care of. So, you're so silly. On the way home, I just kind of lost it again and broke down crying, but at the same time, I was still a little bit loopy. They had given me some pain medication, so I was a little bit out of it still. And I just came home and slept for a while, and since then, it's, for the most part, I'm okay. But sometimes I'm just not, and today's one of those days where I'm just not. It's really hard. Some people, you can just look at them and they get pregnant. Some people are fertile myrtles. And I was actually told by a gynecologist when I was younger that I would have to be careful because it would be really, really easy for me to get pregnant from what she could see. And I'm not going into details about it, but that's what she said. So I wasn't expecting to have so many issues getting pregnant. And now it's April. I lost the baby in the end of last October, and as you can tell, I'm still not pregnant. So it's just something that is harder for me than some people. I know that a lot of people struggle with it, and infertility is just a horrible thing to go through. Especially if you want a baby so bad and you feel like you were born to be a mom. It doesn't matter if you already have 1 kid or 2 kids or 4 kids or 10 kids. It doesn't matter how many kids you have. If you're trying to have another baby and then you're diagnosed with infertility and it's just not working out, it just still hurts the same. It's been brought up maybe to think about fertility treatments again, but with them not working the first time, and it's just not something that we want to have to do. We just wish that we could be like other people who just get pregnant when they try. Even if it takes 2, 3, 4, or 5 months, we wish we could be those people that do everything right and then just it works out for them, and we're not. And it sucks. So, let me know down below if you want me to upload I don't know if it's really considered a story time, but if you want me to upload just about our infertility journey and about what we've gone through or what we are going through now, I would be happy to share all of that too. We obviously have a success story, so that's something that I hope could make other people feel better if they're going through the same thing. Miracle babies do happen, and now we're just hoping that for us, rainbow baby can happen. So that's pretty much it for this update / story time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you made it to the end. If you did make it to the end, you are the real MVP. Thank you so much for making it this far. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more upcoming videos. I really do have things planned, guys. I just have not been consistent with it. That's my bad. I take full responsibility, but I do plan on getting we do plan on getting consistent with uploading and with making videos. So if you want to see those videos, don't forget to subscribe, turn notifications on, and comment and like the video so I know who likes to hear things that have gone on or just things that we've been through. Let me know if you've been through something similar. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time. Bye!